One, we were recording. I know, why did it tell me that we were recording? I know. I hit the button. This is crazy. Did it tell you?
Yeah, that message pop up,
Uh-huh.
and it
That's
was a woman.
crazy. Yeah. Oh no, I ain't
Okay,
like it. She sounded like she killed kids.
I'm gonna have to look at this video to see what kind of face I was making because I was kind of like, huh? What did she say?
She said some bullshit.
Like, I don't.
I had a whole intro and everything planned out in my head too, but we ain't doing it. We already in this motherfucker. We already recording.
So it's your boy Darion. No, I'm playing.
Nah, it was gonna be like one of the old. It was gonna. Matter of fact, I'll do it. I was gonna be like, "Oh yeah, baby."
God.
You are now tuned in to the We'll Figure This Shit Out Later podcast, episode 11. Another Dusties for you dusty ass niggas and bitches. I am here, your host, Darion Maldonado, accompanied by luxurious, well moisturized, clear skin, pull up from anywhere on the court, eyes closed, walk away before the ball even hits it. Bong. Steph Curry with the shot. Chef Curry in the kitchen. Unique. I ain't gonna say your whole name because that's a government and I don't do that. But unique.
But it.
It was supposed to be way better than that, but you know what? It's all right. We did it.
You need to get you one of them sound bars.
I need one of them. We need to. I'm gonna get a little air horns. We go. You know what? I'm gonna discuss something with you after. We should discuss this prior. There's some things that may be happening that we discussed, and then
get my own noises. Okay.
maybe we could like record in person. I don't know. We'll figure that out.
Okay.
I would like to inform you that the very first thing on the topic list, I did not do the proper research like I said I was going to last podcast. The thing about the mosquitoes and Bill Gates and the figuring the dates and if there was an increase. Yeah, I ain't doing any of that.
Okay.
I was lazy and I'm sorry. It's just who I am.
Be honest. I forgot.
I got heartburn. Well, then my next question is the next topic. Did you put together a top 10 active artist?
Yes.
I'm so proud of us. Look at us.
The rappers, that's what you did. You did that.
Look at us. Responsible. I love it.
So let me tell you on mine.
Go ahead. Hit me.
I've been my own rules. So I did my top 10 because when you look it up, it's mostly male driven. And I got to give love to the ladies. Okay. So I did top 5 male and then top 5 female for me. Artists.
I love women too much. So I'm going to leave it at that. That's why I'm always in trouble.
Okay. But I know yours is more invasive. Like you had a.
I had a. Go ahead. I'll explain my list. Go ahead.
You want me to go ahead or you what?
No, go ahead.
What's what? My list?
Yes.
Okay. So starting with the females, my top 5. Should I do them in order? Time out. What are we doing? Go ahead.
No. Did you have a criteria that you graded this by?
No.
Okay. Continue. Yes, in order. Unless you don't want to.
Who I like from greatest to least?
That's how I have mine.
Okay. Well, I numbered them just in case. We already know who's number 1. You already know that. Can you guess?
Do you want me to?
It's Nicki M. Such a little gem. Anyway. Nicki is number 1. And spot number 2, I have Young and May. For number 3, I put Cardi. And then for 4 was Meg. And then 5 was Flo Milli. I don't know if you ever listened to Flo Milli, but
I need to. I wish somebody. Can you put like a little playlist together of her song so I can like fuck with them?
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
I love that Young and May getting that. And then what I'm gonna do for you, I'm gonna put you guys together a song, a list of Rhapsody songs.
Mm-hmm. Bet.
I hear Flo Millie's super. I've heard a few songs by her.
By Flo Milli.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why I put her is because, I mean, she's from Alabama. So I just feel like Alabama is down there with Georgia and stuff, but is there really many artists coming from Alabama like that? Because I really couldn't think of none off the rip.
Not that I can think of. I'd have to look. I mean,
But
while you go through your mail list, I'm gonna look.
Okay. So for the males, number 1, I got Roddy Ricch. 2 is Khalid. 3 is Future. 4, now, from I think it was the last video, you know, I still give him his props from his early works because, you know, I was banging it in the Trailblazer, but here recently I really don't follow much of what he's putting out, and that is Drake, so I'll go ahead and put him on the list. But I'm just saying, growth. And then number 5 is The Weeknd.
Can we just go over that one more time?
In order, Roddy Ricch, Khalid, Future, Drake, Weeknd.
That was not what I was expecting.
What was you expecting?
I don't know, but that wasn't it. I really was, from the very jump, I was not expecting Roddy Ricch. But what's funny is I was on Twitter the other day and Maul had tweeted out, because, you know, everybody's making the list and everything, and Maul was like, y'all aren't mentioning Roddy Ricch enough on y'all's list. And I was like, dang, like we really don't. Like Roddy really like is like nice. I was you a motherfucking slickster, but I fuck with you. Rappers from Alabama. And I don't know. Dobie is from Alabama. Flo Milli is from Alabama. It says Gucci Man, but
yeah.
YBN Namir, No Cap, OMBPZ, Big Reese, Rich Boy. I forgot Rich Boy's from Alabama.
Hey, Rich Boy.
Oh, crack. Yellow Wolf, but I heard some things about Yellow Wolf, and the person that said it out loud, I don't believe it will be a liar. So, no. So, yeah, so I was just gonna leave it at that. I ain't a lot of rappers from Alabama. That's crazy. Interesting. All right. On to my list. My list is the top 10 active rappers alive currently. I did base this off of, and I've had the conversation with you, then I also had it with shout out Seth Murray. He was giving me ideas. You know, my brain, sometimes it works so much that like I overthink shit. Shout out to Seth Murray. That nigga's a legend. I based my list off of lyrics, storytelling ability, discography from 2016 to 2021. And I wasn't going to go back as far as 16 because I felt like that was too far back. But then he pointed out to me, then I thought about it. The 2020 was a weird year where people weren't really releasing music. So I tried to kind of give some space there. So discography, features, freestyles, and performance on different productions as far as beats. So my top 10, and I need to add someone. I have an honorable list. And I need to add someone to it. So my top 10 list goes in order: J. Cole, Royce the 5'9", Pusha T, Benny Butcher, and Conway the Machine, because I feel like since they're a part of Griselda, I would say Griselda, but Westside Gun's a terrible rapper. So I'm just going to say those two. Kendrick Lamar. Now people are going to look at me like, why is he down so low? I'll explain. Wale, Big Crit, Black Thought, Lil Baby, Jim Jones. In that order. J. Cole clearly has checked off every single one of these. He's obviously an amazing lyricist. His storytelling ability is phenomenal. He has his discography in that time. I think 16. We're looking at 2014, For Your Eyes Only, KOD, and then now, why am I pulling the blank? Most recent album, right? Amazing. Features, nigga went on a run, feature wise. That the only other person on this list that I think can come close is Pusha T. Mm-hmm. He went on a run. Where it was that Lil Wayne. If I get on this beat, you know what I'm gonna do. Good luck. He did the freestyle on 106.1. Ate it. Did the Still Tipping beat. I was like, okay, that's all right. And then his performance on different productions, you see that his progression, and he had produced a lot of his own music, but then it was nice to see him get on Get with T Minus and do that. And then he had done a feature on Royce's album, and he had, really broadened his horizon as far as different production, and has done phenomenal on all of them. What I will say here is that I do think Royce and Black Thought are better pure lyricists than J. Cole, but it's not all off that. I don't think Big Crit gets enough recognition because he be eating a lot of these niggas up and will out-rap the majority of the playing field for fun. I don't know why people don't give him the recognition he deserves, but they don't. I don't know why. It's weird. Yes, I have Lil Baby down low. I don't think Lil Baby is a better rapper than the people above, but that nigga on a run. Jesus Christ, he on a run. That boy good. But I did have an honorable mentions list. People that I think had I done 15 would have been on there. Freddie Gibbs. He albums. He got albums, and they all fucking fire. Rhapsody. I'll put together some shit for you. Rhapsody probably should have been on the top 10, but Rap only has one album out, like true album, I believe. And so, it's difficult to put her above some of these people who have multiple projects out and have been more active, I would say, in the rapping. JID and Reason. JID signed to Dreamville, and then Reason signed to TDE. I need a project between those two. I know they like real close in real life, and I would like a project. And then Currency. Currency has consistently put out phenomenal projects. Like he has to have like 5 or 6 projects over like the last year and a half.
Yeah.
And they're fucking amazing. He did one with Harry Fraud. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. That fucking mixtape is so good. Album, mixtape, whatever it is. Harry Fraud is on a run too. Him and The Alchemist, these 2 white boys, they on a fucking run. Jim Jones did an album with Harry Fraud. The Alchemist, yeah. It's me. It's that boom bap, old school. Like it's just some gritty ass, grimy ass beats, and then just 64 bar verses. That's I love it, but it's not for everybody. But it's grimy ass, dirty ass beats. Just somebody give me the Pyrex, and then just pure rapping. But Currency has a mixtape with him, and it is phenomenal. Currency, for whatever reason, doesn't get mentioned enough. I saw that you retweeted something on Twitter that had the Mount Rushmore, and he was on there, and I was like, yeah, because that man his respect. Because I don't feel it's him and Crit. I don't feel as though they get the recognition they deserve. I really don't. Wale is another one. Wale out-rap a lot of you niggas, but he also makes phenomenal R&B. But I was basing that pure off of rap. I don't care about all the other bullshit.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot that don't get the recognition. Because I'd even bring up, like, I don't know, Ace Hood.
Yeah. Listen. Ace Hood's I Am off the Body Bag. Is that Body Bag 30? Let me look. Hold on. Yes, Ace Hood does not get the recognition, and I'm a big Ace Hood fan. I deleted a bunch of my posts off Instagram, but whenever I still had all my shit on there, y'all put some respect on that man's name because he gonna out rap most of you niggas too. I don't know why people don't. I get it is Body Bag 3. His I Am remix and his Don't Tell Him remix. Yeah, either one. Either one. I could put a Ace Hood playlist together if if the streaming sites had like all the mixtapes. Put some respect on that man's name.
Yeah.
Ace
Put it
Hood.
on there for the people who don't know who Ace Hood is, just so they can get.
They ain't got the mixtapes, B.
Can we bootleg it?
Listen, now I could put the playlist together on my phone and put them like on a Google Drive and just put it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, like if we talking about just rapping ability, Ace, yeah, y'all put some. He should have been on my honorable mention list. I'm glad you brought him up. He should have been on there. There wasn't a whole lot of rapping on his last album, like like my type of rapping. Like he was rapping, but it wasn't like the type, the style that I enjoy. But his mixtape, his run as far as the Body Bag mixtape series, yeah. Give me y'all's beat, and I'm gonna show y'all why I'm better than all of y'all. And Eminem should have been on there, but he wasn't. So he a rapper, and he does it better than most of everybody that's ever breathed air in their lungs. But it's just Andre 3000 still alive. So is Jay-Z. And like, see, I had to do it off active because I could have put Jay. You know me, I have a Hove bias. I'm a Hove Venger. I could have put Jay at the very top, but Jay isn't active enough.
You just call yourself a Venger?
Hove Venger, yes. I am a Hove Venger. I am Doctor Strange. I'm Iron Man. I'm the Hulk. I'm all of that. I am the Hove Venger as a single person.
Okay.
I love Jay. You think he raps better than all of y'all. To keep it on music, something that was going on Twitter trending a little bit was Ludacris. Nick, why do we not? Maybe we just forget. But Ludacris should be mentioned as one of that era, that early 2000s to like 2000, like 99 to like 2005.
Yeah.
Ludacris should be mentioned with the top rappers because not only was he entertaining, that nigga like for the nerds like me, he can rap.
I think when I saw that video that I retweeted, it brought back like all the music that I've heard day in, day out when I was younger. It's just, I guess since he really isn't active, like you said, we forget.
He's put out. He hadn't put out a project that I remember here recently, but like even like whenever we were in high school, he was putting out projects and like they were really good. And then I think he put one like the year we graduated.
7 years ago.
Yeah, you're correct. But like even post.
I don't know, maybe for me, it's kind of, it just pull back memories, I guess.
We forget.
I mean, Luda, like my mom, you know how they be like, oh, what's the cleaning songs or whatever your mama throw on, whatever. It's time to get up, clean around, get up, get out of bed. Luda was pretty much like all on BET, let's put it that way. Mm-hmm. Like the countdown when we would clean. So I mean, it's just a childhood thing for me when it came to him. That's why I was like, I'm gonna retweet this. I remember all this. I know all these verbatim. Like, where was this at? How did I forget about it? But I guarantee you, on my first iPod, all of that.
We do. I think we do forget. And I would like on since we have our own platform, me specifically, I would like to give flowers to the people that probably don't get a lot of flowers. I think he made the movies, dog, and I'm pretty sure he said, why would I make music when I can make triple off movies? What? Kiss my ass. I ain't doing this shit no more. And so I'm sure that's been forgotten.
I think that's why a lot of artists today are doing it.
there ain't that much music no more. Unless you Drake, Lil Baby, if you ain't one of those prominent artists that you can make money, you do a gang of streaming, and then you can go on tour and make a shit ton of money. Music ain't no music and ain't no money in music. So you got to have outside ventures. But no, Ludacris definitely deserves recognition because his flows were so weird. Like he would get in pockets where you were like, nigga, what is that? And then like his videos were always the rollout video. Like I remember the rollout video very specifically, and they're super we like that era of artists. Like I think like Missy Elliott, they had videos where you, nigga, what the fuck is this shit?
Like you think it's weird, but like you're intrigued. Like that's creative.
That's why they was number one on the 106 & Park the list for so long.
Yeah, like they know how to get the viewers' attention.
They had fun, and it was there was a audience for music videos. I don't think we really give a fuck much about music videos these days. You got streaming, and go ahead.
No, go ahead, and then I'll ask.
I forgot. Go ahead.
With the music videos, do you think we like lost that touch when it comes to like making a music video for a new single or whatever? Because I mean, honestly, I feel like it's all the same. Big booty women, and that's pretty much the video.
I don't think we watch them much anymore.
But I mean, when they do, and they're like, who the fuck was it? The one you don't like, rainbow hair. What's his name?
Oh, the rat?
6ix9ine, yeah.
The snitch?
His music videos are just colors and women. Like, I don't know. It's nothing.
I never watched it.
Really nothing to it.
There ain't none of them. I mean, I watch them sometimes.
The song is trying to portray, I should say. It doesn't really go hand in hand for me.
I be having visuals in my head.
Huh?
I be having visuals of like how videos should be shot in my head when I listen to them. And then I'll find like the actual video for it. And I'm like, this is nothing like I had pictured in my head. They'll drop the ball. But then I act like I'm a director or some shit and I could have done it better.
I don't know. It's just not the same. Because I do still watch like these videos if I get on YouTube and I'm not looking at like stuff. But, like it's just not the same as when we were kids. I don't know if you ever saw that video. It's Khalees, and I think it was called Heartbeat. But in the music video, it was like a Caroline, that movie Caroline. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay.
It was kind of like that. She was a doll.
Nigga, make it weird. Make me be like, what the fuck is this?
Like the way she was and like how the song went. I don't know if you ever heard it. It went with it. I don't know.
I need that. And the winner or Rock Boys and the winner is the name of the song by Jay-Z. And you know, in the verses, he's getting an award for he's getting an award. And in my head, how I pictured it isn't how the video was shot. And I was like, dang, that's really a letdown because I think y'all could have had a really good concept with this video had you done it similarly. But then I think you get it with the older artists. I think you do get still like concept videos with the older artist. But I think the younger ones are just like, listen, I'm smoking weed, I got guns, women with their ass out shaking it. Like it's the same shit, different thing. But then I think some of the more popular music is that. Like, where's the concept music? It's depressing.
I don't know.
Shout out Ludacris though, and Nelly, by the way. Not to because I don't know. To lead off that slightly, I don't know if I scratched this out. I got a few topics I scratched out because I'm a fucking mind up, B. I couldn't give them to you because then like you might be prepared for them, and I don't want you prepared for them. I want to fuck your mind up. So I ain't ready. You ain't ready for it.
Okay.
Have you ever heard a song? I was in the car the other day. I was listening to a song and I was like, dang, I feel like this song had potential to be really good, but the artist fucked it up. Have you ever heard a song where maybe the beat was really good or the lyrics and everything were really good and either the beat was terrible or the beat was great and the artist on it didn't perform very well on it?
That one with Cardi, but I'm trying to think of like older songs. I feel like I've ran into a few. It's just I didn't keep them long enough to be like, this is trash.
I ran across two this past weekend.
What were they?
And I was like, dang. Okay. Swizz Beats put out a mixtape. Obviously, he's not, what I would say to be an artist, but it's called Stunt, and the beat is fucking crazy. The beat is insane. And so I have two problems. One, Swizz Beats, all due respect, an amazing producer. I love Swizz Beats. I need Swizz to shut the fuck up. I don't need a minute of him talking about how he works on his birthdays and he works so hard and that Alicia Keys wanted a Bugatti and so he bought her two of them. I don't care, Swizz. I don't need Funk Master Flex already exists in ruined songs. I don't need you talking on the fucking record. You made a phenomenal beat. Shut the fuck up. Either let the beat breathe or don't say anything. He fucked that up. Okay, so then the artist, because obviously he's not rapping on the song, so he has artists rapping on the beats. Yeah. And this one had 2 Chainz on it. 2 Chainz started his verse out really well. I liked the cadence he got and the flow he was doing over the beat, but then he tried to like double time his flow, and it didn't go with the beat, and I didn't like it, and it ruined the song for me. Like it was really horrible. I didn't like how he did. And then I think I don't remember where I came across the song. I think it was on probably TikTok because fucking people have swindled me into getting this damn app. It's called No Apologies by Rilo Rodriguez. Mm-hmm. It's a flip, come to find out, of a Billie Eilish song called Ocean Eyes. Mm-hmm. And it's a slow song. I listened to the original. I'll never listen to it again. But they flipped it and put like trap drums on it and like half speeded it. It's fucking, the beat is amazing. Rilo Rodriguez is I thought it was Future at first, but then I realized Future wouldn't have done this horrible job on this song because it's that cadence that Future does, mm-hmm. but done terribly.
Let me look at my iPhone. You said there's no. I need to hear
this. You want to pause the podcast and you listen to them real fast? No. Oh, you want to do it live on? Okay. You want me to send them to you? I'll send you both songs.
I'm gonna just get on YouTube right quick.
Okay, the first one is called No Apologies by Rilo Rodriguez. I personally really was going to enjoy the beat. This is why we need to do this in person so we can just play it throughout the music throughout and then they can hear it too. We're going to discuss this. I had an idea. Do it. One more time.
Name. Rilo.
Rylo and then Rodriguez. Like the Hispanics. Shout out Arizona. Can I get a sponsor?
You hear that?
I hear the fucking heat. I hear that heat.
I'm gonna fast forward. Mama rapper.
I feel like somebody could kill that. I don't know who.
Rapper.
I don't know who could kill that, but that beat is too. Somebody call Ace Hood. And the other one is called Stunt. Like, you know.
How far is 2 Chainz in?
Skip like 30 seconds. Another 30. Go back 20 seconds.
Go back.
Yeah. Right there. Boo! Turn that shit off. Boo! Get the fuck out of here. Boo! I ain't like it.
Sorry, I was ready for moments.
I might be the only human being that feels like that.
That's all right. What?
I might be the only human that feels that way about that song.
Yeah.
Because I was.
They was hyping it up. If I wouldn't have listened to it and read the comments first, you would have thought this was the best thing since sliced bread.
The beat is so obnoxious. I like it. Like, as soon as I heard it the first time, I was like, what is this? Swizz did something crazy on this. This is hard. And the beat is amazing. I'm with Swizz until he drops the beat out a little bit and it's just him talking. And I'm like, all right, he hyped the beginning of it up.
Yeah.
Swizz does that. He a hype man. That nigga can sell water to a well. He can sell ice in Alaska. He is a salesman. He's the ultimate salesperson. I was like, oh shit, nigga. And then he started talking, and I was like, why are you doing this? Why'd you cut the beat out? Why'd you do this? And then here comes 2 Chainz, and the way he did the flow, where he would hit a bar, the beat breathe for like, what I would assume to be equivalent to like a bar and a half. Come back in with the bar, let it breathe, come back in. And I was like, ooh, I like that flow over that. Like, I like that. I'm gonna say it, pause. Say it, pause. I like that. But then he tried to like speed it up, and I didn't think that it flowed very well over the beat. Mm-hmm. And I was like, dang, this song really was gonna be dope. And then like these niggas fucked it up because they want to run their mouth. And then I was thinking like somebody else could have killed this. I can make a list of probably songs. Those were just 2 that I was sitting there and I was like, dang, be like, I wonder how many other people feel like this song could have been super good and then this person like ruined it. Like, anytime I hear French Montana's voice on a song, I can't. I have literal songs of his that
I forgot about
his verse edited out of the songs.
I literally forgot about him. Between him and DJ Khaled.
I think the world knows how I feel about DJ Khaled, so I'm not going to go into details. But yeah.
Just quit telling me to listen. I'm already listening. That's all I ask. That is all I ask.
Make the beat and then shut the fuck up, DJ Khaled. I know, I don't want to hear his voice. Shut the fuck up.
Just
But French Montana, he has that song with Drake, Lil Wayne, and Rick Ross. Is it Pop That?
yeah.
I have the album, and all of his verses are off the album. Like it's his album, but he don't have any verses on it. It's kind of wild, I know. Um, that song was amazing without him. That song was a perfection almost without him on it. People up northeast, they love French Montana, and I'm like, maybe because I'm not from there, I don't get it. But I mean, I love the Northeast as far as rappers because I love rap and it started there. But maybe I'm missing something because I don't get it. I know it's the same thing with like E40. I don't get it. Maybe I'm missing something, but I don't like it. I don't like NBA YoungBoy to an extent. Like there's a few verses where I'm like, I really like that. But like my niece and them, like my nieces and my nephews, they love him, and I'm just like, I don't. Maybe I'm too old. Maybe I'm too young for E40, but like I don't like it. And people have tried to like show me songs, and I know sometimes I can be a little closed minded, but I've tried to like be open minded to like some of these artists, and I'm like, I don't like it.
I think when it comes to like those who get on and hype the beat up like that, I feel like there should be a limit. For like DJ Khaled, I get tired of hearing him throughout the song with the same shit. It's just repetitive nonsense.
I wish he'd shut the fuck up.
But from like up north and stuff like that, you're not really a club scene either. And have you ever been to like an actual club?
No. There's too many drum people.
I mean, the DJs do this, what I'm trying to say. Like, if you actually go to a black club, like, I mean, it's normal in there. Everybody hype, get them in the mood, raise the morale. But
if you play French Montana, I'm leaving.
anyways.
You didn't raise anything but my temper and my desire to get out of this fucking club.
But I'm just saying, like, there's a reason for that, but they're not playing the whole song at the same time.
They playing snippets of it.
Yeah.
Hey, if I'm in the club,
because I'm not listening to DJ Khaled the whole fucking time I'm there, or I'm not hearing him for the whole 4 minutes, the duration of the song, so I'm not annoyed.
Play the song. Don't let me hear his voice.
On the radio, I'll be the first one to flip the station, like, to the next.
Play Pop It. Just leave French's verse off.
So.
There's a few songs that I ain't need that verse, B.
Okay, it's okay. Now that you're old, you just don't like it.
The Watcher Part 2 by Jay-Z. Hey, skip over Dr. Dre's verse. That shit's ass.
It is. Got that. What's next?
Fucking DJ Khaled.
Okay, so hold up. You said, how many did you have scratched out that you wouldn't let me see?
I need to go look at what I sent you and then see what I actually have written down. I've got 1, 2.
Okay. Hit me with one of them.
Would you tell me if my baby was ugly?
Yes.
Okay. Ooh, all right. Just wanted to make sure. I knew you was a real nigga, but I just like, if my baby come out ugly, I just want you to tell me. I see a lot of ugly babies online, and I'll be like, they be like, oh, my king is so pretty. I'm like, dang, nobody told you your baby was ugly.
Let me tell you what the first sign will be. I will not like the picture.
No, I just expect you to be like, because I expect you to be at the hospital with me.
If I'm not there or whatever for the child's birth, I'm just saying, you post a photo online.
What do you mean if you're not there?
I'm just saying.
Theoretically.
Anyways.
I feel like in all the alternate universes of the universe, in all of them, you're with me when my child is born.
Okay.
We signed a pact, nigga, in blood.
We are here, but I'm just saying.
In some alternate universe where you weren't.
Watching birth in the middle of traffic. You just don't know, and y'all could have been somewhere, is what I'm saying. Think about that. Outside circumstances. But I'm just saying, and you post a photo of that baby that is not done cooking.
Please tell me it's ugly. Just like call me and be like, "Can I speak to you real fast? Can you go in a different room?" And I'll be like, "It's ugly, ain't it?"
Photo down.
One more time.
Take the photo down. That's all I'm saying.
This nigga's wild. I'm gonna do it though.
Because I worry about that too, like for my future kids. If I see my baby and it's kind of questionable, I'm like, you ain't done baking yet. We gonna give you a month or two before we even make you public. I'm about to do these kids like Michael Jackson did with his. Okay.
Hey, I'm gonna be real with you. I'll be looking at women now, and I'll be looking at their moms and be like, all right, so like you gonna age, right? So you gonna age probably similarly and look kind of like your mom's. She don't look that good. I try to look at the kids in the family and be like,
Well, how do you look at the girls who like look like they father mostly? How does that work?
I don't look at them. I don't think dad's fine, I don't think that's the situation.
I know, but I'm just saying, what if you meet a girl like that who looks more like her dad than her mom? Like he had the dominant genes. And then, but you didn't know that. Let's just say you was rocking real hard with this girl and you didn't see, photos of the parents, nothing like that until a random dinner or something like that. And you kind of like, damn, you looking like Pops a lot. Like, how would you feel?
You got a nostril on you, don't you? How would I feel?
Yeah.
I'd text you and be like, yo, call me, tell me the house is burning down.
You're telling me the dynamic would change. Okay.
Possibly.
Oh my God.
That's why I'm gonna be single for the rest of my life. I'm too picky. Little shit be bothering me.
That is wild.
I saw a tweet. It was a woman today. I retweeted it. I don't know if you've on Twitter today. And it was a lady, and she was like, I'm getting ready to have kids. She goes, but I don't really know that like I want kids, but like, what if like they do shit that I don't really vibe with? She was like, here are my list of things that like, if they do this, I can't be your mom no more. And she had a list, and I was like, you know what? I'm with her.
I need to see this list. I mean, what was on it? Do you remember some of it?
I'm gonna send you the video.
I'm on my phone now.
Huh?
On my phone.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll play it in the mic. You go to hear it.
Okay.
Where's lady at? I've been on Twitter heavy. I must be like going to like a phase.
I want to have kids soon, but I'm not really sure because I've never had a kid before. So how do I know if I'm going to like it? I don't, but you're just kind of stuck. But anyway, I don't think I'm going to love them unconditionally. Here's my conditions. I really don't want a kid that's like super drooly or always like putting their hands in their mouth. Seems gross. I don't want a kid that goes through a phase where they're like, I'm a cat, I only talk in meows. I'm going to be like, you're embarrassing yourself, stop. Honestly, I'll stick by them if they go through a goth phase because they'll eventually be really good at eyeliner, but it's going to be tough to take them seriously. If I have a boy and he's like this kind of boy in middle school, I'm gonna have to bully him, I think. A kid with a lot of allergies, so at birthday parties I have to say like, oh, is there wheat in that? I don't want to do that. Ew. If they do any creepy shit, if they stand in the corner of my bedroom late at night, or if they draw a picture of our family and then in one corner there's like a dark blob and I'm like, who's that? And they're like, out. Finally, if they want to play Little League, it's too hot out for all that, really.
Listen,
I went on class too.
My kid goes around wanting to fucking only talk in like animal noises. It's over.
We shall see.
No, it's
I
over.
feel like, yeah, softy, what you gonna be?
Right now, sitting on my love seat, talking to you on our podcast, it's over. I have, and I've sworn to this, and this will lead into one of my other topics, kind of, sort of. If my kids do like the Conjuring type shit, where they doing some weird stuff and shit starts happening, I'm not saying I'm going to kill my kid. Okay, I'm not saying that, but maybe Casey Anthony did disappear. Ha ha! Gotcha. No. I don't. There's certain things.
The car, but the
what?
animal. I mean, I don't know. You was probably all right. Did you ask your mom if you was out here talking like that as a child, doing weird stuff? You probably did some weird stuff.
Oh no, you want me to call her?
If you want to.
I'll call her right here on the call right now. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Oh shit, she is. I think she's asleep. Dang. Yeah, I think she's asleep. Oh. I mean, I think I woke her up. Let me just tell her. No, we'll do this another podcast. No, that's. You can call your mom on the pod?
I don't know. She's gonna be trying to talk my ass. Make this quick.
You gotta let her know, like, hey, just don't incriminate anybody.
How did she answer? Question. How you doing? I'm doing good. Question. Mama, did I do anything weird as a kid? Did I do anything weird as a kid? Weird? Yeah. You was kind of like a little kid. The only thing you did, the only thing, two things, remember when you got on the back of the bike with your and he skipped up your butt and then remember. Oh, that wasn't me though. I'm talking about like weird, like did I go through a phase? No. Like an imaginary friend or something. No. All right. Low key it is. Why? I'm just asking. Why? Can I not ask? Can I not ask? I mean, but what made you bring that up? Because Darion and I were talking about it. Darion. Oh, you didn't do nothing weird. All right. Well, I'm gonna call you back. Back. All right. That's all that. I was lucky. That's for today.
How you been a real nigga your whole life? That's crazy. You ain't never had no weird phases?
And nothing changed.
All right. Well, then that somewhat well, that's speaking about children. This somewhat leads me into my next question. Are you going to do Santa Claus with your kids?
I feel like I thought about this once before and I told myself no.
I think we've had this conversation privately off of.
But I think what I do is, I don't know. That's weird. When was Santa Claus introduced us? Was it in grade school, really? Because I don't think I really had this conversation with my parents until I got to school.
My mom did. And they was like, "Wait, the moment I was born,
Santa's gonna give you this, and not if you're bad getting cold." I feel like school introduced it to me, and my parents didn't. So I think I'm gonna just go with it when it comes to my kids. But if they do come to the point, because this is where shit wasn't adding up for me. I'm telling you, I don't know how you calculated things, but this is how unique calculated things in our household. You telling me this fat motherfucker was coming down chimneys? I ain't got no chimney at my parents' house. Where was he coming in at? I'll wait.
He ain't getting in that house. Curtis.
That's what I'm saying.
You started using logic. I was like, oh, what the fuck? Hey, blood came through the TV screen like old girl did on the Scary Movie 2, Scary Movie 3, when the ring came to the screen. That's how he came.
So I think that might have hit me like third grade, maybe. So like this ain't adding up. This is not adding up. How is he getting in my house? All you other motherfuckers may feel victim, but he ain't getting in over here. No. So then I started my snooping, found the hiding spots. Then the hiding spots had to be moved to another hiding spot. And then that's when I realized my parents getting this shit, dog. What is this? Fuck is cold. I could be bad all year and they still gonna give me what the fuck I want. So
here's my point of view on it. Because I've had this conversation with women in the past. I think here's my issue. I have a few issues. Let me go over them. One, I don't want to lie to my kids. And so my issue is if my kid hears at school Santa Claus isn't real and my child comes to me, Dad or Pops or whatever they call me, Stevie told me at school that Santa Claus wasn't real. I might be in a rock and a hard place because on one hand, I ain't trying to lie to my kids. So on one hand, I'll be like, hey, look, no, shit's a fucking scam, B. They scammed you, dog. Or I could be like, go talk to your mom. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I think when I've had conversations in the past, I'm probably going to do whatever my baby mother wants to do. Or, if I'm married, whatever the situation is, whatever the woman decides she wants to do. But then from there, my issue is this. This is going to sound crazy. Not to you, but to the viewing public. This is going to sound crazy. I don't really want my kids thinking that like some white man come down the chimney bringing them presents. Like, no, your brown father bust his ass at work and bought you all these presents. So why the fuck would I convince my child that some white man came down here with a fat belly and a beard? So I feel like if I'm gonna do Santa Claus, it's gonna be brown Santa.
Okay.
It's either gonna be El Santa or Santa the nigga. So I don't know.
For part one of that, how you were saying you didn't know which way to go. If your kid were to come to you, you could be like, what do you believe? Because I also worry about ruining my kid's imagination.
Yeah, that's
I don't want to do that.
I want my kids to be kids.
Reverse that is what do you believe? And then bat it from there.
But then what if they find out later on, they're like, Dad, you lied to me. And then I'll be like, dang.
Well, it's not like you lied. You're just supporting their imagination. But I'm just saying, but as time goes on, they could be like me and then just realize, hold up. Ain't nobody crushed my dreams when it came to Santa. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I was just putting facts with what I had.
I have an idea.
But
I just be like, look, I ain't ever seen I ain't ever seen them with my own two eyes, but the presence was there as a kid. So I don't know, B. Maybe.
I mean, yeah, you can do that. Because that conversation's probably gonna come up with religion.
See, that's another one. I like this. Let's do it. That's another conversation that I think I've got how I'm going to do that with my children. Because not obviously. For anyone who doesn't know, religion really isn't my thing. Science explains a lot of shit. And so y'all, anyway, neither here nor there. I ain't gonna get too much into it. So my child comes to me and wants to do the religion thing, or ask me about it. I think in that moment, I would probably be like, look, here's my point of view on it. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying I'm wrong. If you want to explore whatever religion that it is, I will support you wholeheartedly and even go with you into exploring this and going deep with you. I'm giving you my personal point of view, but I'll tell my child, like, I don't want that to crowd or like, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want it to skew your point of view or your ideas of life. Like, I don't want you to say, oh, well, my dad said this, so he's obviously fucking right. He's my father. No. Dad's wrong. Dad's a dumbass. I'm going to be wrong about a lot of shit. And this is me personally. But if you would like to explore certain things, then, hey, I'm supporting you and I'll do it with you. But this is just where I'm at. Or I could put it as this is my point of view, and this is how the other people look at it. It's your decision to choose whatever it is you would like to explore.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I don't want to shoot them down, but I also don't want to feed my children something that I don't personally believe into.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just one of those things when we become a first time parent, we'll just have to get used to.
And that's why I think
to approach it.
It can also come into play with if there's a partner in the equation, or if it's baby's mother. That's why like I would think that I would hope that if it is a partner thing where I'm with somebody, that we would have discussed this and tried to come to if we don't agree on it completely, a middle ground on how to handle certain things when it comes up. And if it is a baby mother situation, again, we've come to an agreement of how we'll handle this.
I don't know.
Or I could be like, ask your mom every time some wild shit happens.
We don't put everything on her.
They can come and ask me somebody, I don't know, shit's crazy. It don't make no sense, does it? I don't know.
I just tell myself I want to be open-minded when it comes to this. I'm gonna try to be open-minded.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
what my parents gave me, I'm gonna say. Like nothing was just like beat into my head like you gotta do X, Y, Z, you gotta believe in this. Da, da, da. It was never that. It was just one of those things like you ask, I'm gonna give you what I can, but you're gonna form your own opinion about it. Like,
yeah, I don't want my opinion to
the Santa thing. I'm gonna try to be more. I'm gonna try to channel my inner child. How about that? Just so I know I'm not crushing their imagination, because I wouldn't want that. I don't know.
I want my difficulty with that, and I think that's why what I end up doing is just doing, like, listen, yeah, I just don't want my kids to ever look back and be like, my dad lied to me. But then again, I think they're so young, I don't think that would even click.
I say over Santa, no, like.
Because another thing that I'm not going to do is I'm not going to do baby talk with my children.
Yeah, same.
Like I'm going to talk to my children like they're humans. I've never liked the like the baby talk type thing, and then I'm going to try my best in the sense of not lying to them. Like whenever when there's a situation that like maybe my child wouldn't understand if I put it to them just how I normally would to like another adult, I'm going to do my best to put it in terms where they understand. Like if something happened, like say if I do have a wife and something happens where we're going to divorce, I don't want to. I want to do it in a manner where I'm not bashing if it, regardless of whose fault it is, if there is a falter or if it's just like, it happened naturally. I'm going to try and explain it as clear as I can to where they'll understand, but I don't want to knock the, the partner in the situation. I don't know. This is shit. My brain be going crazy with thinking about this stuff. But the Santa Claus thing, I've had that conversation a lot of times. I'm pretty sure we've had it before, and I've just been like, I don't know, because like on one hand, like I ain't trying to he's like, no, nigga, that shit is not real. And that fucking man, some fucking random man ain't coming through the fucking chimney bringing you present, nigga. I'm busting my ass. I'm working doubles to get that whatever that is for you. But at the same time, it's like let them have like. They not go once they lose that imagination and that creativity. I feel like you don't ever regain it 100% like that again. And so let them have it while they can have it. So like I said, if they come and ask me, hey, Timmy at work school said that Santa Claus ain't real. I'm like, listen, but I don't know. I ain't never seen him, but shit, the presents and the cookies was gone. So
you're more on like telling them like, nah, I fucking bought this shit. But me like back to trying to channel my inner child. If you would ask Unique at 5 years old what she want to be when she grows up, I would have told you a stripper. Hold
That's
on.
crazy.
The reason why I said that is because I didn't know what strippers did. I just saw the lifestyle behind it. Uh-huh. No one crushed me. I grew up and I learned. I was like, huh.
I said, what now? That's
I was out there.
I wanted to be a stripper.
It was cute. Like,
yo. I want to be a rapper.
Just saying. Never knew what they did. But that lifestyle, that's pretty nice.
The hell yeah, it is. That's crazy. So, I like that though.
Speaking on kids, the baby name.
All right, so let me explain the backstory as to why I brought that up.
Okay.
So I'm on Facebook for like the 5 minutes I spent on Facebook per week because I hate Facebook, but all my family has it and shit. So you know. Can you hear me clearly, even this far from the mic? Okay. And a lady it was a little Facebook group I'm in. And a lady had said that if she gets pregnant and by the time the baby is born, if her and the man, the child's father, aren't married, then she's not giving the child the father's last name. She's giving it her last name because she's the one who carried it. And if she more or less insinuated that he isn't man enough to step up and be, you know, like a full-time father, marry and all that, then he doesn't deserve, the child doesn't deserve to have his last name. And I didn't like that.
Why not?
I think it should be a conversation. This is me trying to be open-minded and say that it needs a conversation. In reality, Darion's like, no, like it's my child, so he needs to have my name. But then I also understand, like she's got I agree. I don't disagree. I agree on the fact that, like, yeah, like you were the one really doing all the work as far as you carried it, you know, the lasting effects that it could have on you physically. Yes. But I also would like to think in my head that whoever, if it's a choice thing, if it's not like a slip up, that the type of woman that I would choose to do that with wouldn't look at it in that manner. So I thought I'd ask you. Let's say, you know, something happens and you were to just get pregnant. Are you given I mean, if he's, say y'all don't get married then, but he's still a father.
You're taking my thing.
What circumstances, I guess is a better question, is what circumstances would cause you not to give the child the father's last name?
Probably being married, not being married. I'm with that lady, but hear me out.
Okay.
I was a product of that. Like my parents went through that. Before I was a Hightower, I was a Robinson. So, and then once that became official, then everything got changed over legally.
Okay. So, question.
Yeah.
If they never got married, I'm talking about you specifically. So let's say you don't get married within so many years, but y'all are still together.
I still would have been a Robinson.
I'm talking about, but for you personally, like you're like as an adult now, if that were a situation where you were having a child, let's say you and X don't end up getting married for like maybe 10 or 11 years after the child's born, but like it would still be under your last name.
First of all, I ain't gonna be prolonging it.
Okay.
I'm not in a situation like that, so it definitely still be my name.
Okay. I had to ask because I was like, I don't like that. I was like, but then again, I would think, and personally, I would think that whoever the woman I decide to, like, that probably would have been something we would have discussed and figured out.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm real big on fatherhood. Like, I want to be in my child's life in the event it's a situation where we're not going to be together.
Yeah.
If we're not already married, or there's not a plan to be married, if we can be together, or even if not, I'll plan on being in my child's life very heavily.
Yeah.
And so
I
I
mean,
would like to think that
he was in my life, still in my life. That wasn't like an issue. It's just, I guess, for my mom, it's just like, listen, you planted the seed, but I birthed this motherfucker, so ain't nothing to discuss unless,
I respect
nah,
that.
so. And I agree.
And from where I'm standing, I would see that more of a thing if the father wasn't in the life and didn't have plans of being in it. But like say like it was a thing where like we made out of love, but it just who we are as human beings didn't work. But I'm still very active. Yeah, that nigga my last name.
I think I want to say I had this conversation though with my mom because I asked her about it because even though they changed everything legally, I think it was middle school or like high school. I know I needed my social security card for something, and the one she had still had Robinson on it, and I was like, like what? And she was like, "Oh, we got to go get you another one, like with your last name on it. Like I just still have this one though, but I mean, and to you, it's just you're a Hightower now, whatever." I think for her, it was just more of I wouldn't want to say a wedding as a security thing, like marriage is a security thing, but when push comes to shove and parents are in that situation, usually the kids go with the mother anyway. I'm put it that way. So it's just kind of like you Robinson until, XYZ happens. But I don't think that was really a big concern for her. But like I said, if push came to shove, she wouldn't have to worry about that. Because I know some women have a weird resentment when it comes to like they had a child with Scott down the street and he didn't do right, and then your child has their last name and just some type of weird resentment for your child being named after that person is just weird. I don't know. Maybe it's just a woman thing.
I like to think, and that's like I said, I don't, you can't. It's not always I don't hope it's not like a planned thing, but it's sometimes things happen. I would like to think in the event that once I have a child, it's with somebody that views it in a similar manner, or someone that I can have a conversation with, and we say, okay, this is how I view this, how you view it. Okay, let's find a middle point or a meeting area where we can both get what we would like here.
Hmm.
I had to ask. I just saw it, and I was like, let me just ask. Go ahead.
I know you like to discuss, but ain't no discussing with me.
You ain't married. It's fucking Hightower for life, huh?
Gang, gang.
I respect it. I respect it.
How we did that one.
So this last topic was extremely interesting to me. We won't name who I was having a conversation with. Well, I guess we could. It didn't really matter, I guess. I was having a conversation with, not everybody knows who I'm referring to. So I was having a conversation with Desi the other day, and she had brought up a friend that we all used to have mutually and asked me if I'd spoken to this individual. And I was like, no, we had a falling out. We haven't spoken since then. And they're like, oh, yeah, like, the person was really, was talking a lot. Like to the point she's like, I was at the gym and like I really couldn't work out because this person was really trying to have a conversation. I was like really like trying to work out. I was like, well, I would think in my head that that person probably misses the group that we had, and probably was just trying to catch up and all that. And so we started talking about shit of that effect. And we're talking about having a falling out with a friend, and then sometimes things reconcile and sometimes things don't. And we were talking about that particular group that we had, that was all there all the time. It was me, Desi, that gentleman, and then that woman. And there was the 4 people in that group, and we would hang out all the time because we all lived in town and everything. And I was like, it's wild that if you think about it, we'll never all be in the same room together in that manner. Like, it'll never happen again. And she was like, well, things happen, maybe it's just life. As life goes on, you just lose friends and all that. I was like, I agree. I was like, or maybe you don't realize the importance of it. And so circumstances happen and you may speak or talk to a person in a specific manner, not realizing that could, hold on one second. Hold on. Hey,
Hey,
I'm recording my podcast. Can I call you back?
oh, my bad.
No, you're good. You're good. I didn't tell you.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll hold it back at you. Because me and her had a disagreement, and we've discussed it off camera. And the way that what I said and what I meant were two different things. If we had known the importance of it, maybe we wouldn't speak in that manner or say things in that certain manner. And I was like, because we don't realize that maybe that friendship or so, the things that led up to it were extremely difficult. It was very complex. And if we knew how risky it was to lose it, maybe we would maneuver differently. And so that led into us talking about how we had met. And I was like, it's crazy. Like, these set of events happened for us that gotten here. And then that led to, I was like, man, that'd be a good podcast topic. Obviously, the co-host. And I was like, crazy how me and Unique are friends. Because if you look at all of the stuff that had to happen for it to lead up to us even meeting in the first place, that shit is fucking insane. You know how unlikely it is? Like, the chances that we even met in the first place, you know how unlikely that is? So I started going through the timeline for each of us, and what side of yours that I know. So I was sitting there, okay, like, I know where Unique lives in Chickasha, but you didn't go to the school that would have been in your school district for where you lived.
Yeah.
So you happen to go to Grand.
Mhm.
Okay, so that puts you in an area in time and space. Well, I wasn't born, here. I was born in Tipton. And so starting there, what event led to us? How did I even get to Chickasha? Well, first off, my sister went to school. Somehow she got a scholarship. Not that sounds rude. She had gotten a scholarship to Chickasha to the USAO here and decided to come to school here. Okay, so that puts my sister here. It just so happens my mom was like, look, the amount they're asking for every month is a lot. And then I'm tired of living in this small town. Like, I'd like to live somewhere bigger. How about we all move? Okay. So we moved to Chickasha. I just so happen now we're in the same town, but there's still no guarantee that we'll encounter each other. Okay. So when we moved here, we were having trouble finding a house at first. So we lived in a hotel when we first moved here, the Super 8. Well, that happens to be in Grand's district. Okay. So now we're put in the same, a small, we're in a smaller area where the likelihood of us running into each other is larger now. The margins, the chances have gone up. I was in 4th grade when we left Tipton, but Darion was a fucking hood rat and a hoodlum. And so I didn't do my work in school. So when I came to Chickasha, they were like, look, got his transcript. Your kid's a fucking dummy. Two things. He can either, he passed, but barely, where he could technically go on to 5th grade. But he probably going to struggle throughout the entire remainder of his school career because he barely fucking passed. Or he can go back a year and do 4th grade over here. So then there's an option. And then me and my mother made a decision that I would do 4th grade over here again because no one knew me here. And it's not as embarrassing as a child. No one knows that I already done 4th grade already before. Y'all don't know that. So as far as y'all know, I'm just here. So then now we're in, again, the probability has gone up slightly more because we're in the same grade. But at Grand, there's multiple 4th grade classes. So then the probability comes down slightly because you're in Thompson, I'm in Pittman. Braden Mills is in my class. You know Braden, and I now know Braden from school. That it's so crazy that I happened to hit it off with him, and he happened to be cool with you, and so he goes over here to the jump ropes where you're at. First encounter is made. Boom. It just so happens shit was cool. We vibed. The shit that had, even to get to this point where we're at currently on this podcast, the things that had to happen even to get here. I was sitting there and I was like, yo, this is fucking crazy. Because if one of those things hadn't happened, if we were a second late on this, or say a disagreement we never had reconciled, we would never have gotten here. Or if something had happened, we would have never even gotten to that meeting point. That shit is so crazy to me.
I never thought about it like that, but yeah, you're right.
The shit that had to happen for us to even get to that point, it's insane. Is it an accident? Was it gonna happen? That we here recently, I've been having conversations with her, and we get deep on some things. I'm just like, this is crazy. Let me go ahead and blow your mind real quick.
Huh?
Let me blow your mind real quick. Like, what if you had not gone to Grand? We would have eventually probably ran into each other at middle school. Yeah. And then there's a full 2 years of friendship that didn't happen, and then we may have grown as different people in between those 2 years. Or if we did encounter in middle school, it wouldn't have molded the way it did.
Because on my side of the spectrum, I went to Southwest for kindergarten. So the reason why I didn't go to Lincoln is because they wanted to say I wasn't in that district because I was over the bridge. That's the crazy part. So that's why I couldn't get into Lincoln. Yeah, I know. Yeah, my mom was pissed. So then we went to Southwest, and I was there with my cousins, 2 of my cousins that lived up the street from me, and I was there for kindergarten. Well, then when my mom went to enroll me again for the next year for first grade, they were full. So that's what put me at Grant. So if Southwest wouldn't have been full, we probably would have never met. Or at least.
That is insane that something so minute could have, I mean, it's important, but like, it's not like worldly changing. It is, but it didn't. Like, something so minute just happened to kick you into a different projection of life. That shit blew my mind. Because you know how you because of how close we were, you know my brain is. Dog, I was up to like 3 that night. Like, this is crazy.
Yep.
Because it just so happened that I had read on Reddit. Let me see if I can find it. I think I heart reacted to my phone. It was a comment because with all the Joe Budden shit going on. Let me see if I can find. And a guy had put in there, and he was like, this is pretty much how I sum up how I feel about the whole situation going on with Joe, Rory, and Mo and all that. He said, you underestimate the complexity of how past successes were gained in a way that makes you overestimate their repeatability. There are things that once lost will likely never be regained because the chain of events that created them in the first place can't be easily replicated. If you realized how valuable those things are, you'd become more careful about risking their loss. And I had read that a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, damn, that's profound. And then for that to lead into that conversation with her, and then that trickle effect into that, I was like, this is crazy, man. This is crazy.
Good Lord. Your brain be doing overtime.
No, I tweeted out. Because I've had that conversation with her, and then I've also had similar conversations in a way with Lacey, where I'm just like, I tweeted out like, yo, like I'm really proud of like the women that are around me because of the shit like they progressing in life and all this stuff, and there's the conversations that I'm having with some of them in my life, It's insane. Because like when we were talking about that gentleman, like I don't know the situation would have been any differently now that I'm removed from it. If I'd have handled it any differently, I still think I would have probably handled it in a similar way. But my brain goes, I wonder if that individual looks at it and says, if there is a sense of, dang, that's crazy. Because we're talking like a go ahead.
I feel like he probably would.
The thing that made me think about it is the way she was explaining. She was like I was dead ass trying to work out, and like he like would follow me where I was going, and was like trying to have a conversation. I was like, well, fuck, like I bet he like misses. In my head, I would assume that like he misses that, and they may not.
Mm-hmm.
But my thing, like that was a 10-year friendship that literally overnight came to an end.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was like, I wonder if the effects, if it's looked at as if you could see what would happen, if you could look in the future and see what would happen, would that have been handled differently? Respect to if it was, and respect if it doesn't, if it wouldn't.
I'm trying to with that individual.
Because I told her, I was like, I don't specifically know that I miss that human because of who they are now, and probably even who I am. We both changed what I would assume as human beings. I don't particularly miss the human, but I miss what the friendship was.
Yeah.
And I have that with a lot of people.
Yeah. I think with that though, that kind of helps when it comes to like future friendships or even current ones. Knowing and setting your boundaries and how you may handle things. Like the person you are now clearly wasn't who you were 3 years ago, but you had to go through that to get to where you are now. But you're also more aware of what you may need to work on yourself, because we've had this conversation before.
Yeah, well, we've had this conversation between the two of us off air.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like, for you and Daisy's situation, like, if you could go back and reword it, now you're more careful with words.
I don't know if I told her this, and if I haven't, I don't know if Desi watches these videos or not. If she does, well, then she'll see this, and it'll happen eventually. I think maybe one day. If it does, it does. If it doesn't, but if we ever sat down, we were ever in an area where we were in person, I would. I don't know that I would apologize. That sounds rude. I don't know that I would apologize for what was said. I would try to clarify what I meant. Because I think once clarified, I think there would be understanding. And I think that, granted, there should have been more clarification in time when I said it. But I think that the situation probably would have been the length of the disagreement probably would have been extremely shorter than what it was.
Yeah.
Because we're just now, I mean, not to put our, normally I wouldn't put our business out there like this, and we're recording, and we've already started, so I can't I could just turn it off, but we're just now getting to a point where we're discussing and having conversations again like that.
Yeah. So do you see friendships as a loss or a lesson?
Which one? The one with me and that individual, that human? Because of how it ended and how the interaction, well, the two interactions we've had post that,
yeah,
a lesson. At first, I thought it was a loss, because of how it wasn't towards him, but he just happened to be in the he was a bystander.
Yeah.
And so, and then I would say he made a decision, and I don't knock the decision. Even today, I don't knock the decision. Mm-hmm. You got to go home to that person every single day. I mean, we homies. You ain't got to see you ain't gonna see me every day.
Yeah.
You know, we have disagreement. We can figure it out. You got to go home with this person on a daily basis and see this human being. So yeah, make the decision to choose that over the friendship. I don't knock that. I completely understand that. It's the post interactions that have happened where I say, oh, okay, I see what it is. I'm good. And which is why I say I don't miss the human. I miss what was the friendship. I miss what the friendship was. The goofiness. You're going to Norman. Come on, let's go. All right, yeah. The stupidity and shit of it. I do that with a lot of people. It's not just, him. There are some people that I've had fallings out with that, dang, that was really my nigga B, but these events happen and now we don't speak.
I would say for mine, I think I just grow out of it. I don't know. Maybe I'm weird. I don't know. Before him, anyone that you have lost, like friendship wise, that attachment no longer has a value of emotion in my life anymore. Like it doesn't affect me. Like when I think back on it, it's just kind of like if it randomly pops up, like I cackle, like, oh, we did that dumb shit, but it's nothing like now where I'm like, oh, I missed that. For me, like I just detached completely over the months. So
I think what it is for me is that, like, with that, I'll use that particular individual as an example. Some song had came on, and it's fucking stupid. And I was sitting there, and I was like, dog, I could send if everything was sweet, I could send this to the person, and we would have a field day laughing at this shit because of the relationship that was there.
Yeah.
The type of shit that we would joke about, it's fucking stupid, and not everybody else would laugh about it in the same way. And I was like, dang, that sucks. Okay. Like it's like a second day, it's like, dang, that really sucks. And then you go on. But like I'll be reminiscing and shit like that. But like I said, I don't miss the human because I don't think that's where that saying comes into play. I don't think that even if we were to discuss now, it would obviously never be what it was. And so we couldn't repeat that friendship again because the shit that led up to it, we can't repeat. And there's also that little level of disdain where it's just like, even if we had a conversation now, we tried to, let me not like, he might look at it and say, well, Darion, you done this. And I can't know that, I may not be able to get past that, or me saying, hey, you did this that day I saw you in public. I can't get over that. We can't move past that. No matter how hard we could attempt to, it may not be doable. And so whenever I was having this conversation with her, I was saying, like, I'm thankful for the fact that regardless of the disagreement, that we were able to move past that, and now we can converse openly.
Yeah.
But I think I explained to her that there are only like two people that I'll legitimately, like, if I'm in the wrong, I'll still come to them and be like, hey, look, let's resolve this shit. And that's you and Steven. But then even how I think we had this conversation, even how I speak between the two of y'all is different.
Yeah.
Because me and that nigga will have a screaming match. We have full on, like, we scream at each other, and then like 5 minutes later we cool. Whereas me and you, and we discuss it between each other, we can laugh about it, and we may not speak for a few weeks.
Yeah.
we sometimes be too much alike sometimes. And the fact that no, we ain't talking.
What I can own up to when it comes to that, for my friendships before you that have ended from like high school and stuff like that, is I've always tried to be that person to come to like, hey, I didn't like XYZ, and they do it again. But what I failed to realize during that discussion, they never said like, okay, I'll try to fix it. That was never a thing. I always had my hand out. So then now it's just like, it is what it is. Not saying I want to lose you, but I'm just saying, you know, that's just my mentality. Like, that's how I just cut off, like, all right, we'll see where we go from here. So I'm not going to sweat it tomorrow, the next day or whatever. Just give me time. But obviously, yes, we are alike. So I mean, eventually, something's going to happen. But for my past friendships, it was just always me like, I don't like how you did XYZ. It was never that agreement. Or like we could at least discuss it like, okay, you know.
Well, we've always been able to discuss it.
Yeah, I never got people before you. So those who I was friends with during those times, today.
The most recent one, like we've had this conversation all there, it's been, all right, what something happens? Is this how you want it to end? Nah, let me go ahead and apologize. Like, let me go ahead and let's have this conversation so that it's out of the door, it's out of the way. But I don't have that desire to do that with everybody else. Me and that individual, if we never speak on the situation ever, then it just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Like I said, Desi, we go one day. Hopefully, I'll get the chance to explain it because I don't like the way that I came off, and I would like to explain it in a different manner. But there are some people. Listen, we said what we said, didn't happen. All right, cool. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But that we got way off topic. The shit that led up to that I was up till 3 a.m. B, that shit blew my mind. That if one of those things hadn't gone exactly the way that it happened, what?
Whole different world. Or life, I should say.
That's crazy.
And no telling where you would be at or where I would be at right now.
That's crazy.
This probably wouldn't be happening. More than likely.
That is insane. I literally I broke it down. This happened. Okay, that led to this. Okay, so this happened. That led to that. Okay, whoa, wait a second. What if that didn't happen? So then this happened. And I was breaking it down and I was like, yo. And then I started thinking about it. I was like, you wasn't supposed to be in that school. And I didn't know about the whole shit with Southwest. I didn't know any of that. I was just looking at the area of the district. Okay. A fucking bridge. What?
Yeah.
Huh?
That little weekend. Yeah. I could have walked to anything.
You were closer to that school still than you were Southwest. That's a clear across town.
I know. You can hear my mama rant about it all day long. I know. I literally could have walked to school. That's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna call Chris.
They put me at Southwest. And then literally, I don't know if they just filled up quick, if Southwest was just like the popular school when we were younger or what, or we missed it by a day or what. I don't know. All I know is when she went to go do it, they were full. And then that's how I got T.O. Grand.
Do you see how insane that is?
So
I think you understand how insane it is. But my mind be blown.
Yeah.
Like I'll be overanalyzing shit. You need to be like, yeah, that's crazy. And Darion be like, nah, B, listen, hold on. You're not listening. You're not understanding how crazy this shit really is.
honestly,
This is insane.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think who was all at Grand that was black.
Sansia.
Yeah, she was up the street from me.
A meat shirt was
First. I mean, he doesn't count because he was on the other side of town. Is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
I'm just trying to the whole bridge thing. How they said I wasn't in the district.
That, like I said, I just that really like fucked me up, and I was like, this is insane. Like this series of events just happened to lead to this. That is crazy, and then the continuation from that point. That's wild.
Because, if I'm not mistaken, middle school, I mean, yeah, we hung out, but we really didn't hang out. We only hung out really in school, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm. We didn't really hang out outside of school until we got in high school.
Until junior year, sophomore year,
sophomore probably. I think. Well, even freshman year.
Truck, the Dodge.
Freshman year.
Yeah.
But even to continue the maintenance, not even the maintenance, but in a way the maintenance of it until that point. That's crazy.
I'm just trying to think what made it pick back up, because pick up more, I should say.
We was able to leave the house.
Well, duh, but I'm just saying, in middle school, you was hanging out with all people you skateboard with. I was not in the mix with that. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I also think that I was able to come into. We had moved back into town whenever I was a freshman, and so I was physically in town because in middle school we lived out in the country.
Oh, okay. I don't think I knew that. No, I didn't know that.
That's crazy. We best friends. Hey, look, even damn near 20 years in, we still be finding out new shit. Yeah, and so we was able to just do shit. And there was a freedom once we got. We all. Well, I don't know. I was old. I was a lot older than everybody else in school, and so there's a little bit of freedom there.
You didn't know, because I didn't know about the 4th grade thing. I didn't know about none of that. I just knew you popped up with the afro. No, I'm playing. I knew you popped up with them fucking Michael Jackson jokes. That's what it was. Every day I was on the playground, something about MJ was coming out your mouth. Every day.
The nigga was wilding.
Every day.
I'm here for the jokes, Unique.
Well, I'm trying to jump rope. No.
I'm here for the jokes.
Every day,
I'm here for a good time and a long time, all right?
I get it. And then Brady Mills is in the middle.
Shout out Brady Mills.
I just thought of something.
Hey, remember we on camera. Hold up. Remember we recording.
Yeah.
We didn't. Speaking of that, we've checked off all the topics on the list.
We still got one more.
Huh?
We still got one more.
What you mean?
Socks when you sleep?
Hey, look.
That's the last one I have.
Let me hold on before I start in. Do you sleep with socks on, or do you sleep with barefoot?
Barefoot. Only time I do it is when I'm sick, and I put Vicks on the bottom of my feet, and then put socks on because I don't want it on my sheets.
Okay, so we're gonna have that conversation. We're gonna continue on the socks real quick. We're gonna pause that. Does that shit really work?
For me, yes.
I'm gonna try that now next time I'm mad stuffed up. All right, unpause. Yeah. All right, so then I can go in like I want. You niggas are fucking weird, B. You niggas who sleep with socks on, y'all are serial killers. Why do you do that? That shit creeps me out.
I only know I had to do it for those 2 nights when we lost power over here. during the winter.
Oh well, yeah.
Because I was fucking freezing and I couldn't have my heater on because there was no power. So I had to do that for 2 nights. But other than that, like normally, hell no, because I get too hot. That's just why? Why would you even do that? First of all,
I've encountered some people that do that. Some of them I've been thankful that they've done that because of reasons that can discuss off camera. But that's weird, B. There's a lot of shit that people do that when they come and tell me, and maybe I'm weird, but when they tell me shit, you niggas are fucking weird. What do you mean you sleep with socks on? How?
I don't know. Because it's uncomfortable, honestly.
I got socks on right now just because I have the AC turned down to like 60 because my feet are a little cold. I don't even like wearing socks like this. Like once I'm in my house and they come off. And then in the tiled areas of my house, I wear my slides through the house. And then right back when I'm on the carpet, bam, they come off. Back barefoot.
Because even doing it when the power was off, like it was weird to me.
I don't know that I'd have been able to do it.
Tempted to like, you know how you just like take one off with one foot and then do the other. Like I was tempted to do that, but then I was like, you know, you're gonna be freezing, right?
Listen.
Like that feeling on my, it shouldn't happen.
That just stresses me out. Man. How the fuck do y'all wear socks? That
maybe if I heard a person who does its reasoning, I can kind of maybe understand. But I don't think I've ever ran into anyone who was just like,
if it wasn't a situation where we hadn't spoken in like several weeks, I would off camera call this individual and we could ask this person. And I don't know that you may get a good reasoning. I don't know. But we haven't spoken in a really long time. So I'm not going to do that. But I did like a poll on Twitter. But the only thing about Twitter doesn't tell you who said yes and who said no. And so I didn't know who I needed to unfriend because they wore socks while they were asleep. Because that's the devil's work. Being that religion ain't even my shit. But how do you sleep with socks? I can't. Listen, full disclosure. I sleep butt ass. You break into my house, you're going to have to wait till I get dressed. The idea that people do something like that, how do you do it? That I need to sit down with somebody, and I might make another poll on like Instagram where I can see the people who say yes, and I want to like have a conversation with them and say like, why? Is it something you've always done and now it's just like normal to you? Or like, I wish I could meet someone who didn't and then decided to do it and now that's how they do it. Because then I have questions for them like what went astray in life where you made that decision? Did like you get bit by something and then you're like, nah, fuck this, socks for life. Like what happened?
So off topic, but kind of on topic with the sleeping butt ass naked. Since we're on the same page about this. Do you ever think about just like a fire or some shit?
Oh yeah, tornadoes, fire. Yeah. Tornado is a scary one because it's like, what if like a tornado comes and like I'm already asleep and I don't wake up and then my house gets blown away and then I'm just in there butt ass.
So I have a security bag and it has like 2 outfits in it and then a shit ton of underwear in it that I have in there with socks as well and a robe.
See, I need to get my life together.
See, if that does happen, I can at least throw the robe on real quick. I ain't got to be fully dressed, but at least throw the robe on and take my bag and go.
So here, all right. So I got like 4 backpacks, and I've been telling myself that you need to have an emergency bag that has like a couple sets of clothes in it, so that way if some shit's ever crack off, my brain didn't go to a tornado. My brain was like, the fucking government comes after me and I got to dip. I need to have clothes. And I thought about just laying them in like the back of the car. But then what if like a tornado comes and the car gets flipped out of there and then I'm just out there butt ass?
You should probably just put one in your bedroom and living room.
But what if the tornado comes and it blows that away too?
Oh, hopefully you're in one of those rooms. What I'm saying, at least grab one of them.
See, like that's when my brain goes. What if this happens? All right, Darian, that's a great idea, Darian. But what about this? See, that's how I end up awake at 3 a.m. stressing over dumb shit because my brain just instantly. There's always a what if.
That's why for me, I decided to have more undergarments than I do like actual changes of clothes.
Nigga, I'm big. I ain't out there shirtless. I ain't out there in my drawers and some socks.
Shut the fuck up. I'd rather have extra pairs of underwear than like shirts and pants.
What if you come outside? What if we live together and you come outside, tornado hit, and I'm just out there in some tube socks and just straight drawers, and then all this is just out?
Okay.
I'm calling the cops.
I have 2 pairs of outfits, like 2 outfits, is what I'm saying. But I'd rather have more because I'd rather have clean drawers, what I'm saying.
For sure. But if I see this in just drawers and socks, I'm calling the police.
I'm just saying, if a tornado hit, where I'm gonna go wash the clothes anyway?
I'm still calling the cops.
What if the police station is gone?
Hey, old boy that live above me, the thick ass motherfucker. He come out there in drawers. I'm calling the police. I ain't listen. You need 26 years. I turned 27 in October. 26 years. I ain't ever called the police once in my life. That'll be the first time I ever call the cops. This thick ass nigga come out here, ass cheeks clapping and coming down the stairs in some drawers. I'm calling the cops. I'm dropping the dime today.
Why do you think he just gonna come out in drawers, dog?
Snitcheroni is my new name. I'm telling the cops, B.
All right, just make you a safety bag.
I've got 4 backpacks and I ain't got none in none of them.
At least one. Fill one up. That I want you to have that. I want that to be a goal by the end of this month. How about that?
By the end of the month, nigga, I have this shit done tonight.
Okay, I'm just saying I'm gonna use what you got now or just go get you like a pack of underwear or something. I'm just saying. By the end of this month.
Yeah, I got you. I will take care of it.
Okay.
Tonight, probably because I'm crazy. But no, yeah, I worry about that. Well, my worry is like, what if like a dude tries to break in my house and I sleep on my stomach, right? So my thing is, I'm butt ass. The dude break in my house, turn the lights on, all you see is asshole and balls because I'm asleep on my stomach with my legs spread like I'm some fucking whore. Because I like to sleep like, hold on, I got a king size bed, right? So I like to be a little spread out while I sleep. I like to, spread eagle.
You were literally the chicken that just started baking.
So like, what if the dude breaks in and he's just like, you know what? I'm gonna kill this nigga. I was just gonna rob him, but because I see asshole and nuts, I'm gonna shoot him.
Darian.
If I go out like that, will you make fun of me at the funeral, please?
Darian.
Yeah. What'd you say?
Why are you like this?
I can't be the only person that thinks like that. I can't be 1 in 7 billion. I promise you someone else has thought about that. Like, what if they come in there and I'm butt ass, just ass cheek spread?
I don't know. I don't know, Darian. Damn. That you.
I know she just started doing other shit. You're like, you know what? You need checked out. She said, I ain't doing this no more. You need checking emails.
I am.
You doing what?
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, it's a podcast too? We went through all of our topics. We got anything else to talk about?
Is that you?
I am seasoned like a motherfucker too, boy. I'm all glistening and shit because I put on lotion. I am kind of shiny. This is the podcast is over. I don't like this. I don't like where this is headed.
Okay.
I don't like the demise that's coming of me. I don't like this.
Can't.
This is wild. This is probably our longest podcast, right?
Is it?
Probably. I don't know how long it is, but I feel like we're probably somewhere in the 2 hour area.
Okay.
This is
We'll
crazy.
pop.
It's hot in here. What are we? I'm ending the podcast. Oh yeah. Thank you for watching another episode of the We'll Figure This Shit Out Later podcast. If you like what you have seen, like the video. If you have any comments regarding the topics at hand, comment them. If you have any topics you would like to discuss or ideas or would like to even come on the podcast, DM me on either Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. I will put all of my social media links in the description. As always, leave Unique the fuck alone. Because she don't even answer my text, much less some of you raggedy ass niggas. If you liked it and you like to see more of it, please hit the video. All the videos are there. Subscribe if you like it. Hit the little bell icon to get notified when we upload videos. And I think that's it. I'm good if you're good.
I'm good.
All right. Love, peace, and chicken grease. And suka la mink. Bye.